Today is November 12th. That means we are on Proverbs chapter 12. Speak truthfully. Yesterday we went over chapter 11, which was pursuing godly behavior. Just like always, if you haven't caught that video, you feel free to go back and watch that video, or just read the chapter so we can keep carrying on with reading the word. So let's get started on chapter 12. To learn, you must love discipline. It is stupid to hate correction. The Lord approves of those who are good, but he condemns those who plan wickedness. Wickedness never brings stability, but the godly have deep roots. A worthy wife is a crown for her husband, but a disgraceful woman is like cancer in his bones. The plans of the godly are just, the advice of the wicked is treacherous. The words of the wicked are like a murderous ambush, but the words of the godly save lives. The wicked die in despair, but the family of the godly stand firm. A sensible person wins admiration, but a warped mind is despised. Better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be self-important and have no food. The godly care for their animals, but the wicked are always cruel. A hard worker has plenty of food, but a person who chases fantasies has no sense. Thieves are jealous of each other's loot, but the godly are well-rooted and bear their own fruit. The wicked are trapped by their own words, but the godly escape such trouble. Wise words bring many benefits, and hard work brings rewards. Fools think their own way is right, but the wise listen to others. A fool is quick-tempered, but a wise person stays calm when insulted. An honest witness tells the truth. A false witness lies. Some people make cutting remarks, but the words of the wise bring healing. Truthful words stand the test of time, but lies are soon exposed. Deceit fills the hearts of that are plotting evil. Joy fills hearts that are planning peace. No harm comes to the godly, but the wicked have their fill of trouble. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in those who tell the truth. The wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. Work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and become a slave. Worry weighs a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. The godly give good advice to their friends. The wicked lead them astray. Lazy people don't even cook the game they catch, but the diligent make use of everything they find. The way of the godly leads to life. The path does not lead to death. That path does not lead to death. All right, so let's go back to the first section of the observation. It's verses 13 through 21. It says, God delights in truthful speech. He has much to say about the topic throughout the book of Proverbs. While liars think they will not get caught, Proverbs teaches us that lies are soon exposed, but truth will stand the test of time. When we tell the truth, we can be content and joyful knowing that what we said was right and pleasing God. Our culture today tends to view lying as largely harmless. For some, lying has become such a habit that they are not even aware that they are being honest. They may exaggerate, embellish stories, or cheat on their income taxes, all without a second thought. Yet, God has high standards for his people, and he expects us to tell the truth. As we grow in our relationship with Christ, we will grow in our desire to always speak truthfully. So, I've been in sales for a very long time. And in sales in general has a very bad reputation because people think that salespeople just say anything to get the deal. And while I have seen that take place, I've also seen it very common that there's a lot of really good people in sales too that have a lot of integrity and that refuse to like bend that or cross that line of saying something that is untrue to get the deal. And the way that I've always looked at it is, if you have to lie to get a deal, you have to lie to get a sale, you probably shouldn't be selling that product if it's not something you can sell without lying, because either you don't believe in it or it's just not a good thing. So with that said though, there's been times, and I'm not gonna lie, in 20 years that I've been in sales, that I knew it was the right thing for the person. I knew they were just making the wrong decision, and I've really been tempted to not outright lie, but kind of walk the gray area, if you would, a little bit, just to get them to move forward. And looking back at it, even doing that, there's no such thing as a little white lie. God says that a lie's a lie. God says a sin is a sin, right? Regardless of what you do, whatever you do against God's will, against that's a sin, is just as bad as anything else. So you can't be a liar or somebody that just embellishes the truth and stretches the truth or says white lies all the time, but then look down on the prostitute or the drug addict or even a murderer, because in God's eyes every sin is the same. So let's look at what verses 24 through going into chapter 13 say. It says, for the book of Proverbs encourages us to be diligent and to avoid laziness in our work. Diligence leads to success and advancement, while laziness brings disappointment and hardship. The hardworking and resourceful make use of everything they find, but the lazy often struggle to make ends meet, much less have anything to give away. No matter what jobs we hold, we are called to honor God by being dedicated in the work we do. Sometimes we may feel unknown and unnoticed, and laziness might appeal to us, but we must remember that God sees our work and is pleased and glorified when we do it well. Even when our duties seem mundane or difficult, there is always value and dignity in our work while we do it for God's glory. This is something that I've been trying to really teach for a long time now. I've always tried to teach my kids to, and this is everything you do it as you're doing it for God. Whether you go to work and you hate your boss, if you're working there, you're getting a paycheck and God has you there in that position for a reason. Be the best at what you're doing and do it as you're doing it for God, and forget about everybody else and just focus on doing it for God. Just going back to even the lying, just even in my situation with sales, is anything that I've everything I've ever sold or anything I've ever been in charge of trying to help people obtain, the only way that I can truly do it and do it well is if I truly believe in it and I know it's actually helping people. So to do that job well is like, I truly have to feel like every single person I talk to, I have to know that this product is going to be a good benefit for them for me to offer it to them. If it's not, then I don't feel good about offering it to them, and I feel like having to bend the rules or just or do things, take things the easy way out, lying about things just to get a contract or whatever, that just doesn't work for me. Because regardless, we got to have integrity in everything that we do. Even if we think, oh, we might be doing things for the right intentions, or we might be, like I said, if it's somebody that really needs something, but they don't want to move forward, for whatever reason, they're scared or they're on the fence. And me saying something, embellishing something might get them to push over, but is that really the way I should have done it, or should I just tapped into really why they needed it a little bit more? That goes along with just anything in life. Just lying is never good, even regardless of it. A lot of times we justify, especially this day and age, people are too scared to speak the truth and will allow people to continue going down the wrong path because we think it's mean or it's inappropriate to tell them the truth. If you see me going down the wrong way, if you see me starting to drink or something again, and you truly call yourself my friend, please call me out on it. Don't think I'm gonna get mad at you or get my feelings hurt, because I would much rather you call me out on doing something negative than you just to let me continue going down that road. And if you truly love somebody and you see that they're doing something wrong, do you really love them if you're just gonna let them keep doing it? That's just something to think about. Tomorrow we'll be on chapter 13. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you.